Hi, and welcome back to the best stuff this week. I'm your host, Nataliya, and today we'll be doing our part 2 of our Getting a Commuter Bike series, all about accessories today. So I'm going to talk about how to maintain your safety, how to get the most out of your bike, and then maintaining your bike's safety. So your safety. You're going to want a headlight and a taillight for other cars to see you when you're on the road. And some people think, oh, I don't need a headlight, I don't need to see the road in front of me. But it's not for you primarily, it's for other cars coming at you from the other direction. All right, then another thing you're going to want is a helmet to protect you in case you fall. And you're also going to want a bell. Now, when you have a bell, this is not like a bullhorn for you to just get people to clear the way for you. Even if you have the right of way, if there's a crowd of people, don't be that jerk going ding, 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 ding. Okay? And a lot of people like to listen to earbuds when they're riding on their bike. Just make sure the volume is not so loud that you can't hear, say, a car honking. And depending on where you live, a lot of the items that I just mentioned are required by law, or you might only be allowed to wear one earbud. So check that out. All right, how to get the most out of your bike. So if you're planning on using your bike in all weather conditions, then consider getting fenders. Fenders prevent the rain splatter from getting on your back when you're riding. And you might see cyclists walking around. If you see them with this wet, dirty streak running down their backs, it's because they haven't been riding around with fenders. All right, so one great thing to use your bike for, which you might want to use it for, is carrying your stuff around. So you can have a front basket, and this looks very cute, especially if it's got a cute little puppy in it. The only downside to a front basket is once you start loading it up with stuff, it can throw off your balance, especially as the weight is over the front wheel of your bike. Same thing if you're trying to carry your shopping bags on your handlebars. Not cute, not convenient. So you might consider, if you need to carry stuff, you might consider getting a rear rack. The rack does weigh your bike down a bit, but a lot of these come with a spring, so it's very convenient to put stuff in. But let's say you still want to carry more stuff, you can consider getting wire baskets. These attach directly onto the rack, if you already have that. And these are great because, first of all, they're lightweight. Second of all, they just fold right up when you don't need to use them. And you don't need to remove them every time you get off your bike and lock it up. Unlike panniers, which are another option, panniers you have to remove every time you lock up your bike because if you live in New York City, for example, it's almost a guarantee that they'll be gone by the time you come back. But a lot of people like panniers because they treat them sort of like a backpack. They just stuff them with what they're going to use for the day and take them off when they get to their location. So let's now talk about how to maintain your wonderful vehicle, your workhorse. Okay, depending on the area where you live and the crime there, that'll influence how good of a bike lock you need. Here where I live in New York City, bike theft is pretty common, so it's important for us to have good bike locks. For example, my current bike, I paid $500 for it, and I spent $100 on a bike lock. And to me, that 20% markup was worth it because I was protecting my $500 investment. And I use it every day, and it would have just been devastating if I just lost it all of a sudden one day. So one type of lock you can use is a U-lock, and you're going to want a good brand, for example, Kryptonite or Abus. And the only downside to these locks, they're great. The only downside is you can't put them around just anything, like a fat tree, for example. But a different type of lock that you could put around a big tree is a chain lock. These have an amorphous shape. And again, you want a thick one by Kryptonite or Abus that's not easy to cut with wire cutters like you saw in a picture a few moments ago. All right, and one more safety item is that most modern bikes come with quick release wheels. And this is great for, say, quickly changing a flat, but utterly useless in terms of the safety of your bike. So one option is to quick release the front wheel when you're trying to lock it up and put it alongside the back wheel and then thread a U-lock through it or a chain lock and unlock it up. But for me, this is too much of a hassle. So another option is to get different axles. You can get locking axles instead of the quick release ones, and these you need a key for. Now, some bike thieves do have these keys, and it could happen that a thief is walking around with a key to your axle and you get your wheels stolen. But I haven't really heard of that, and thank God it hasn't happened to me yet. So that's it for maintaining the safety of your bike. Now, there are optional accessories that I haven't mentioned, like a cup holder, an iPhone holder. So if you'd like to see another video about these optional accessories, let me know. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, I'm Nataliya, and you've been watching the best stuff this week. Keep riding, Trailblazer.